Welcome, everyone, to our weekly huddle, and we're back in the boat again with Jesus as he sets off to get to the other side with the disciples. Along the way, they encounter a huge storm that threatens to drown all of the disciples and sink all their boats. I'm going to read verse 38. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion, and the disciples woke him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Oh, the disciples are experienced fishermen, and yet they're encountering a storm that is so strong and surprising that they are threatened and fearing for their lives. And yet, what is Jesus doing? He's asleep at the stern of the boat. Now, I want to just ask you a couple questions. Number one, what do you learn about Jesus in this story with the disciples? What stands out to you about him? What does this passage have to teach us about Jesus? What does it have to teach us about following him? And in particular, have you ever found yourself in a moment where obeying Jesus actually got you in over your head, and you found yourself wondering, how did I get myself here? And where is Jesus? And why does he seem to be so silent? And why is it so hard to recognize where he is in my life? And it feels like his help is nowhere to be found. Well, maybe it's not our life, but maybe it's someone else in our life that we see going through a storm, and they're asking that question. God, where are you? Don't you care? Well, this weekend, we're going to be going into the heart of the storm with Jesus so that he can teach us about the significance of faith over fear. And I want to just encourage us to do two things. Number one, let's be praying for those who are not yet followers of Jesus. Every week, people are coming and learning about Jesus. This last weekend, I was talking to a young woman who just got baptized. She'd been invited, was learning about Jesus, and decided it was time to commit her life to him. And there's many more people out there in our lives that God is bringing in and bringing home to the Father. So let's be praying for those who do not yet know him. And secondly, let's be praying for me. Would you pray that God would just continue to give me clarity about the message, and would fill me with the Holy Spirit, and would give me words of knowledge and clarity about what he wants to say to our community this weekend through this passage. And just remember, 1 minute of praying from all of us could result in over 40 hours of praying over this weekend service. A little bit from a lot goes a long way. So join me as we prepare our hearts to hear from Jesus. And remember, Jesus is inviting us to have eyes that see and ears that hear what he is doing in our lives. I look forward to seeing you this weekend. God bless you. See you soon.